This is ERi-TV, dear viewers. Welcome to English News Broadcast with me, Mr Tahasta. These are the major headlines for today. Eid Maulid alNabi celebrated today nationwide. Funeral service of veteran freedom fighter Tahasta Byra conducted today. Armenia and Azerbaijan agrees to civilian EU mission alongside border. And Turkish president spoke by phone with Russian counterpart. On your local reports, Eid Maulid alNabi was colourfully celebrated today, 8 October, nationwide. At the celebration held at the Kuhlafa al-Rashidin Mosque, in which imams of various mosques, sheikhs as well as a number of the faithful took part, briefing was provided on the religious meaning and depth of Eid Maulid alNabi. At the occasion, Mr Mohammed Saeed Bashir, chairman of the Islamic Awqaf of Asmara, wishing happy holiday to the faithful, called for transferring the noble societal values to the young generation. Speaking at the event, Sheikh Salim Ibrahim al-Mukhtar, Mufti of Eritrea, gave briefing on the historical background of the holiday and wished happy Eid to the Eritrean people inside the country and abroad, as well as to the Eritrean Defense Forces. Sheikh Salim Ibrahim al-Mukhtar also wished peace and stability as well as prosperity to the Eritrean people. Proceeding with your reports, the funeral service of Mr Tahasta Byra, General Secretary of the National Confederation of the Eritrean Workers, was conducted today, 8 October, at noon at the Asmara Mahdi Cemetery in the presence of ministers, senior government and PFDJ officials, representatives of regional labor union partners, as well as a number of nationals. Mr Yusuf Sair, Head of Organizational Affairs of the PFDJ, Ms Luul Gebra, Minister of Labor and Social Welfare, Mr Kibrab Kidane, Deputy General Secretary of the National Confederation of the Eritrean Workers, and Mr Kasahun Folo, President of the Confederation of Ethiopian Trade Unions, as well as his daughter, Dalina Tahasta, laid wreath at the cemetery. Veteran freedom fighter Mr Tahasta Byra, who joined the EPLF in 1976, served his country and people in various capacities at the Eritrean Workers Association in Europe and head of public administration in Southern Europe region. After independence, veteran freedom fighter Mr Tahasta Byra served his country and people with utmost dedication since 1994 as chairman of the National Confederation of the Eritrean Workers. Veteran freedom fighter Mr Tahasta Byra is survived by his wife and 3 children. Members of the Taxi Owners Association in the Central Region voluntarily donated 70 units of blood on 7 October aimed at enriching the National Blood Transfusion Service. Indicating the program is in continuation of the donation the members have been making, the participants expressed satisfaction for contributing their blood to save lives with their renewable blood. Mr. Barakat Habtetian from the National Voluntary Blood Donors Association, commending the initiative the taxi owners took, called on others to follow the noble example. On today's last report, we have an announcement from the Ministry of Health. 2 patients have been diagnosed positive for COVID-19 and tests is carried out today at testing station in the Central Region. On the other hand, 1 patient who has been receiving medical treatment in hospital in the Central Region has recovered fully and has been discharged from the facility. The total number of recovered patients has accordingly increased to 10,068, while the number of deaths stands at 103. The total number of confirmed cases in the country to date has increased to 10,177. Ministry of Health, Asmara, October 8, 2022. Dear viewers, and I'll be back with your international reports after the short break. Welcome back. Armenia and Azerbaijan have agreed to a civilian European Union mission alongside their border, where the worst fighting between the 2 countries since 2020 killed more than 200 people last month, and this is according to the European Council. The Council added yesterday that the mission, which will start by the end of this month, aims to help delineate the border between the two countries for a maximum of 2 months. The agreement was reached after Azerbaijan's President Ilham Aliyev, Armenia's Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan, France's President Emmanuel Macron and European Council President Charles Michel met in Prague on Thursday on the margins of the first gathering of the European political community. On today's last report, Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan spoke by phone with Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin about improving bilateral ties, and he repeated Ankara's willingness to do its part to peacefully resolve the war in Ukraine, Erdogan's office said yesterday. NATO member Turkey has close relations with both Ukraine and Russia and has sought to balance ties during the war. Along with the United Nations, Turkey brokered the July deal to unlock Ukrainian grain exports from its Black Sea ports in what remains the only significant diplomatic breakthrough in the 7-month-old conflict. You're still watching us on ERi-TV, dear viewers, and now recap of today's major headlines. Eid Mawlid alNabi celebrated today nationwide. Funeral service of veteran freedom fighter Tahasta Byra conducted today. Armenia and Azerbaijan agrees to civilian EU mission alongside border. And Turkish president spoke by phone with Russian counterpart. Dear viewers, that was it for today. Thanks for watching.